Did you guys have Facebook pages for each grade where people can anonymously post like secrets about people in your grade?
There was ratemyteacher.com that was
Oh my God,
there
I
was
use that all the time.
Yeah,
you go back and judge.
You'd be looking for the one with the chili pepper because the teacher was hot.
Bro, that was for college.
That is so funny.
Do they still have that? They have to have that still.
Explain what it was.
So basically, you would go and rate my teacher, and you would look up all the different classes that you'd be choosing, and you would pick your teacher, but you would look and see like the reviews. People would be like, bad teacher, they suck, blah, 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 whatever. And then every single teacher had a chili pepper that you could rate them on their looks. If it was a hot teacher or
hot
not.
teacher. That's insane. Hot teacher.
That's crazy.
Wasn't there?
That's really
wasn't there
funny.
somewhere like the actual teachers would leave a review like, this is the teacher. Like, I have never done that before. People would leave reviews, and like whether they were true or not, the teacher would go under. This is Mr. Whatever. I never did that.
Bad.
It was like Yelp. Like, sorry about your experience. But
That's crazy that they had that like chili pepper
Yeah, it's
meter.
crazy
Like,
they
this
had a
teacher's
lot of
hot.
things like that.
Did you hear about the whole Cypress Bay incident thing?
No.
is this a Texas school?
No, it was in
in
Florida.
Florida.
It was like this
What
like
happened?
crazy thing that happened. It was like all over the news. There was like something like a nude, not outbreak, but it was like something insane where like a bunch of shit got leaked
Like
from like
Assassination Nation, the movie, or like every.
Heath, I remember that. That's so weird. That was like deep in my memory.
And it was like this whole thing where
it was a whole leak where everybody's news just got released.
Yeah, from
and it was
like
like
a
all like
lo-
scene kids and just like
it was something like crazy.
because I know that there's people that had files or folders of everybody's news, especially in the scene community, like back in the scene days with like all all the kids.
There would be like a group of people that collect it somehow. They always
because they would get it from friends and then
It'd
they
be
would
that
start
kid at
collecting
the-
it in a folder.
It'd be that kid at the lunch table like, have you seen so and so?
Yeah, and they would have the whole file. They would have everybody's energy. They would have it as blackmail. Just this one person, this one kid would have blackmail.
We had something like
So
that.
that's so crazy. That's so fucked up
was
that
a
they did that.
different time.
It was a different time.
It was
Remember
really
that
a
we've
different time.
talked about this before, but so interesting. I want to bring it back. Remember that page that it was like a talk shit site. It was a MySpace
Like
page.
an
and
Ask FM.
It was an Ask FM, but it was a public thing where people
Spring forum?
like a
Spring forum.
like
Oh my gosh.
do Moy. What's that page that like
That leaked celebrity.
Okay, so it was like an
gossip.
anonymous account like Dumoy that would post like private shit of everybody's lives, and they were like real. Like this person was actually getting all this information and posting it on the site, and it was true. It was like all these scene kids. It was like the news. It was like the TMZ, but like nobody knew how this one person was getting all this news. And I found out who was running that page.
Oh,
it was a
afterwards?
huge page. Like everybody, all the scene kids, like the famous scene kids, the famous MySpace
How'd you
people.
find out?
Because the person told me like they logged in. They logged in and showed us it was their account. It was insane. So horrible. But like it ended up being somebody I knew.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Close person. That's somebody I knew.
Damn.
I'll tell you after. Fucking nuts.
Yeah, there was someone.
It was Jordan.
There was an anonymous.
Wait, Jordan, do you know about this?
I think I might know who.
Okay, he might know.
Did-
No, you definitely know. He definitely knows. Unacceptable. If that shit was out there.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable if
No,
that shit was happening right now. Like they do have that now, like Shade Room and all that shit. They do that, but I feel like it's not our world. We're not like tapped into that.
Is are kids still cyberbullying?
Oh,
I
I feel like now more than ever.
Yeah.
I
it's
feel like now.
huge.
Bro, look at the TikTok comments. Bro, that's all pretty much.
I'm getting
Anybody
cyberbullied.
who
But I think-
comments is bullying.
But I think you get like
Terrible.
cyberbullied by like the public. Are kids like still cyberbullying like their
In school,
peers?
yeah.
Yes, I can confirm.
That is still happening?
You can
Shit,
confirm?
That makes me
Why?
angry.
Somebody
I just
know?
thought
My students and stuff, they were at that age, like teenagers, and they would talk about it all the time.
Oh, that people are like,
yeah,
like, getting
they'd be
bullied.
like, "Well, she put this online."
Does it happen in person still, like back then? Because in person was really bad. Like in
Oh,
person
bullying Oh, yeah, of course.
Isn't it strange?
I feel like it happens. I'm surprised it happens in person still. I can see it happening online a lot.
It's
but in
easier.
person, for
Yeah,
some
it's
reason, I just
definitely
don't see it.
easier online for people, but in person, like there are more physical altercations than I've ever heard of. Like the students I used to teach, they were in middle school telling me every day about these like physical fights that girls would get in with each other. And I was like, what? I didn't see a fight until high school.
because now everyone's like
middle school. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like if I ever saw a negative comment on MySpace, like on a MySpace.
I'm sure there
page.
was.
I can't even like.
God, I remember
My-
getting bullied in high school and I cried. Man, it was did you ever get to school early in the morning? Like before school started, where did they put you? Did you guys like all go to the
No,
cafeteria?
we just sat in the hallway, like just around the school.
Oh, y'all all just like sat in the hallway.
Different parts of the school.
Sometimes we would like go to the gym and we would have to sit like in the bleachers of the gyms. You could play volleyball, but we would like for the next 30 minutes
weird.
we would just
How
wait.
early would you get? I would get there on time.
Oh,
every
you were
day.
going to breakfast.
No,
You would go early.
They had breakfast.
like
I
bagels.
never,
Breakfast,
I
but-
never got to do the breakfast.
but no, it just my parents had to go to work. They dropped me off. School started at 8:50.
That's true.
Probably
Parents
got
had to
dropped off at 8:30.
Yeah.
20 minutes. And I remember sitting in the bleachers watching like this little volleyball game, waiting to go to school. And they were all the I was in 7th grade. There was all these 8th graders. And then like this dude comes up to me in front of all these people and he goes, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Matt." He goes, "Your boyfriend's name is Matt?"
That's good.
Oh, that
He goes-
I
he
can
goes-
see
That-
that would
wow.
have
He
wound
just
you
said
up.
he just
Yeah.
said his boyfriend's name is Matt. Your
you're like,
boyfriend's name,
what?
and I remember sitting there and like I had nothing smart to say, and I just wept.
Damn, I can see. I can see it right
that's
now.
such like a like our time. That's such a sentence that
It's
like,
crazy. I couldn't have the
bullies
balls
would
to say that to somebody like in school. It's crazy
even-
how there was a complete opposite spectrum in school.
It's
Like someone that had the balls to just
crazy.
call anybody
It
out
was-
like that.
I remember it was just like tears, but I was trying to stay so strong.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like I was just like
Not
trying
my
to tough
boy,
it
I
out
didn't
and just
say that.
tears.
Like you can't say
Like, oh,
anything.
Yeah, how do you even fight back? Like,
Yeah.
what do you even say?
No, he knows it works. That's why he uses. That's why he used it on that.
It's crazy. I wish I can have.
Shut the fuck up.
I wish I can have like my aunts and uncles on to tell all their like schoolyard fighting stories because they are absolutely insane. Like, well, when my mom comes on, she could tell her fighting stories.
I can't.
But there's a couple stories where like back then you fought, okay? If my uncle goes home to my grandpa and he was like, so and so threatened me with a knife,
Let's go back. Let's go right now. Let's go fight him.
my grandpa would give him a bat to show up to school with. Like
Wow.
it was like, yeah.
That's
And
an
they were in-
Italian right there.
And they were in like 5th, 6th grade. So
That's
there's
insane.
there's this kid Richie that was threatening my uncle David. He told him that he's gonna bring a knife to school and kill him. There was like a rumor around the school that
Wow.
like, and he said he was in 5th grade. And he goes, he goes home to my grandpa and he goes, Richie said he's gonna bring a knife to school and kill me, whatever. So
God.
that's when my grandpa gave him the baseball bat and he goes, if anybody tries to mess with you, like, use this.
You know what's crazy? That like they didn't just call the school and be like, "There's someone coming with a knife." It was just, here's a bat.
No, he fought. And he-
Was there
he
no
literally-
phones didn't exist back then?
I mean,
like,
there
what
was,
happened?
it was,
Student directory.
you
just
could
call the
literally
thing.
smoke on the schoolyard. Like there's like no rules.
Fifth grade.
Yeah, in the 5th grade. So he showed up to school and he waited for the school to come out. And my uncle in 5th grade is holding the bat. And the school lets out and he goes, Richie, you looking for me?
It's like a movie.
Yeah.
They're on
So
set.
so Richie comes over and my Uncle David takes the bat and he's just like going like this. And then Richie was friends with this other girl that my mom previously beat up. She was the school bully. And so she showed up to back Richie up. My grandpa showed up behind my uncle.
What are these parents
Yeah,
getting
Yeah,
involved?
so my
Like,
because my grandpa was like, go fight, but my grandpa stayed behind, close behind to make sure he was gonna do it.
with a machete.
And he showed up. And my uncle is so scared. And like I said, my mom had previously beat up this school bully. So my grandpa shows up and he screams at them. He goes, Richie! And he goes right up. He goes, do you know who I am? And they freaked out and they were like, yeah, you're Tina's pappy, my mom. And they said, we're good, we're all good. And they stopped and they said, yeah, and that's Tina's little brother. And they were like, okay, cool, we're good, we're
Wow.
good. But I wonder,
Wow.
I wonder how they're doing.
But I feel like that's like Brooklyn though. Like
Oh, yeah,
kids are still like that.
Oh yeah.
They're like just very street and
That's nuts.
It's crazy. It was a
like I hear stories about people
different
getting
time.
jumped. I'm like, I don't even know. I couldn't even imagine being jumped.
Yeah.
I really
I got jumped.
like jumped.
What's
Where,
what's
where
what's
a
your
group of
jump?
like 5 dudes come over.
Okay,
they-
mine was 5 girls.
not jump.
Jump by.
I got my ass beat.
They
fun,
physically were on the like.
They were hitting me.
Where
They were hitting
where
me.
was Princess?
Wait,
Princess was not there that day.
Lead in the pack.
She was not there that day. Princess, she used to be my protector, and she was not there that day.
isn't getting jumped out of like an initiation thing for who's ever jumping you? Like they're doing it out of their own amusement. Like you didn't do anything to ask for it. The people who are coming over just to jump you.
Yeah,
It depends.
Like you're just going up to beat up this random person. Like, right?
I feel like
Isn't
there's
that
some sort
jumping?
of
Yeah,
like
I think it makes
some sort of beef.
Yeah. Like I think jump means like more than 2 people are like beating you up, right?
Yeah.
But it's usually 4.
Like when it's clearly not a fair fight.
Okay.
You're getting jumped.
All right.
Yeah.